Does it bother you at all that the church is unwilling to speak about the sin of abortion?
I don't speak to the church.
Well, no, I understand. I mean, you are the church though, right? I think American culture has kind of got their view of the church messed up, and we look at it as like a building and the pastor, but you are the church if you're a Christian. And God has actually spoken for the church, you know what I'm saying? He told us the two greatest commandments, and we think that the churches in America are failing to keep those by not loving their neighbor or loving the image of God they were created in. We don't think that a country who claims to be predominantly Christian, and there's churches like dotting the landscapes around abortion clinics, there's a major inconsistency going on that abortion can go on unhindered while everybody goes to their buildings on Sunday morning to sing songs that God detests when there's injustice going on and violence being perpetrated against his image bearers. And we just don't think that a consistent Christianity can be being lived out while that goes on at the same time. Don't you think it's a problem that a church wouldn't speak out against the greatest evil of our age?
I'm not gonna.
I mean,
I'm not out here to debate you.
No, I know. I'm not just talking about LifeChurch either. I mean, we think that 90% of the churches are guilty.
Come on.
Give me some information, sir. Have you been able to read anything about what we're doing on our website and stuff? We're not out here to protest you guys. Like we've been pleading with the leadership for months to do something about the sin of abortion. And they're unwilling, and so we felt the need to come to the members themselves and say, look, your leadership won't speak out against it. They won't encourage y'all to do anything about it. And we know there's good people that go here, and there's good people that are against abortion and would be willing to stand out against it. And so we're trying to appeal to those people to be salt and light and to exhort their brothers and sisters within those four walls to do the same thing. I mean, is that like...
Don't you think you'd have more of a effect is affecting this in the courts? I mean,
well, no,
like they've done in Texas.
Yeah. Well, we actually oppose what they did in Texas because they've abandoned 90% of image bearers. 90% of babies have been abandoned to, what's that? Yeah, 90.
In Texas, if you cut abortion off in 20 weeks,
yeah,
only 1% of abortions happen after. They can just go to Mexico or anywhere else to kill those babies.
And so basically, they've been fighting it in the courts or appearing to fight it for 40 years, and they've made no progress. And so we actually think you have to appeal to the culture and use the gospel to transform hearts and minds in the culture. And when the people rise up and we make abortion as unthinkable as slavery is now, you have a cultural movement that forces the politicians and the courts to oppose abortion itself. And so it's not a top-down approach, it's a bottom-up approach. Does that make sense? Or does that help you understand kind of what we're trying to do?
I understand fully.
Do you think that we're crazy to be out here?
No, you got your side of the street to work, and I'm just out here to
and
you guys don't get run over.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Backs into each other.
Sure. And I'm really not trying to like fight with you or anything. I'm just trying to help you understand where we're coming from. So like,
come on.
So when you think about slavery, I mean, that's unthinkable, right? Would you agree? Like you look back on the 19th century, like that is unthinkable for that to occur today. And so if some abolitionists rose up and they stood outside the churches in 19th century America who wouldn't oppose slavery, who wouldn't talk about it as sin, who wouldn't preach about it from the pulpit, would you think that they were crazy for doing that? You would probably grab a sign and join them, wouldn't you?
That's a lot to think about today.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got a lot of time to think about it while you're out here. We just happen to think that abortion is the evil of our age, just like slavery was the evil of the age in the 19th century America. And so we're asking Christians to do what they would have done if they had lived back then, and to do that today. But part of the problem is that abortion has become so normalized and so accepted even in the church that they don't see it the same way as they see slavery.